Hello, Booksies. I just came back from the secondhand bookstore and I have a little book haul for you guys. I wasn't looking for any new releases. I had very specific genres and types of book in mind, even down to specific authors. So mainly I was looking for classics as well as books by Anita Shreve. I recently read Fortune's Rocks by this author, and my life has been forever altered. So obviously, I had to go searching for more books by her. Without further ado, grab yourself a drink, get cozy, and let's get into this book haul. First up, this wasn't a book I was actually searching for at the moment. I had given up hope by this point, but it's none other than A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it is this very beautiful, I think they're like first editions or something. I know these are out of print. I actually own book 2 and 3, but I could never find book 1. And the lovely lady who works at the secondhand bookstore remembered that I was looking for it. So once that came in, she put it aside for me. And I'm speechless. Now, these 3 books I already own, but in different editions. There's something about these Penguin popular classics that just appeal to me in a different way. I think it's the art and like the yellow cover. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to read classics. I got Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Jane Eyre by her sister Charlotte Bronte, and Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Then also part of the classics, I was able to find Howard's End by E.M. Forster. A while ago, I read A Room with a View by the same author, and it was phenomenal. So I was really happy to find this one. I was able to find this book. It is Oscar Wilde's The Uncensored Picture of Dorian Gray. When Oscar Wilde first wrote this and wanted to publish it, it stirred up a lot of opinions and complaints from society at the time. So they only published a very altered and censored version of it. I've never read the book yet, but I knew that when I do want to read it, I want to read the uncensored version because I just feel it's disrespectful to the author themselves not to read the original work. So I'm really, really glad I found this one. I found this gorgeous edition of the spiritual poems of Rumi. I am currently rereading a favorite book of mine called Secrets of Divine Love, and Rumi is quoted a lot in there. So I thought this would be a perfect time to read more of his work, especially with Ramadan coming up. I think this would be a great way to reflect and meditate. Last but definitely not least, I picked up 4 books from the author Anita Shreve. I recently read Fortune's Rocks by this author, and her writing style just blew me away. I have been craving for something so layered, so emotionally deep, so poetic. Anyways, so when I went to the secondhand bookstore, I immediately looked for her name, and I actually found a lot of books. She used to write back in the early 2000s, so I was surprised to find so many of her books there. I guess nobody is really picking them up anymore, except yours truly. Body Surfing. Let me read you the synopsis of each of these books. At the age of 29, Sydney has already been once divorced and once widowed. Trying to regain her footing, she has signed on to tutor the teenage daughter of a well-to-do couple as they spend a sultry summer at their oceanfront New Hampshire cottage. But when the Edwardses, 2 grown sons, arrive at the beach house, Sydney finds herself caught in a destructive web of old tensions and bitter rivalries. As the brothers vie for her affections, the fragile existence Sydney has rebuilt is threatened. With the subtle wit, lyrical language, and brilliant insight into the human heart that are the hallmarks of her acclaimed fiction, Shreve weaves a novel about marriage, family, and the supreme courage it takes to love. I feel like you don't find books like that anymore nowadays. I also picked up A Wedding in December by her, and it says, at an inn in the Berkshire Mountains, 7 former schoolmates gather to celebrate a wedding, a reunion that becomes the occasion of astonishing revelations as the friends collectively recall a long ago night that that indelibly, there we go, marked each of their lives. Written in the fluent narrative artistry that distinguishes all of Anita Shreve's best-selling novels, A Wedding in December acutely probes the mysteries of the human heart and the endless allure of paths not taken. This is giving me Happy Place vibes by Emily Henry. Then we have Eden Close. When Andrew returns to his hometown in upstate New York for his mother's funeral, he does not intend to stay. But the dreams and memories of 17 years ago persist, and in the darkened farmhouse, he relives that hot, bloody night when Eden Close was blinded by the same gun that killed her father. Bum, 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 bum. Eden and Andrew had been childhood companions, smoking, fishing, skating, and fighting, until the day that the tomboy turned temptress. Now Andrew is drawn again to this lost, blind girl of his youth, drawn to save her from the cruel neglect she has endured for 17 sightless years without him. But first, he must discover the grisly truth about that night. And then the last one by Anita Shreve is called All He Ever Wanted. I believe an entire story, an entire marriage was written in that embrace, though I could not have foreseen it then. And based on that experience, I would advise young lovers to be as attentive to the first embrace with the beloved as one would be to a soothsayer. It is a fire in New Hampshire hotel that brings Nicholas Van Tassel and Etna Bliss, Etna, not Edna, together, a chance meeting that lights up a lifelong passion. But their life is not everything they could have imagined. Many years later, Nicholas recounts their courtship and their time together, and as the threads of the story begin to unravel, what is revealed is a patchwork of promises, truths, secrets, and lies, and a man madly in love for whom his wife is all he ever wanted. I don't know about you guys, but I am super psyched about these books. Let me know in the comments down below if you have read any of these, if you've heard of Anita Shreve. I would love to discuss, and let me know which ones you think I should start with first. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!